You're then at Survivor Series 2017 meant to wrestle Brock Lesnar, champion versus champion. Yeah. And it didn't happen because obviously you would lose the title to AJ, but was the match going to happen in terms of as far as you know, and what about the rumors that Brock didn't want to do the match?
Yeah. So it genuinely was going to happen. Brock's a heel. I'm a heel. I don't know how we're going to do this match. Like, I don't know. Is he going to turn babyface for the night? Are people going to cheer him? I don't know who's going to go over. We're both champions. I don't know. I'm having all these questions. But again, like at that time, wrestling at WWE was week to week. Like you don't get any knowledge, or I never even used to really ask. Like I'm so easygoing. That's just a day of just tell me what I'm doing and I'll do it. And we'll deal with it. We'll plan it on that day. So we were on a Europe tour, and I was gonna go back early one day on like a separate flight to go to Raw to do a promo with Brock. It was on a Europe tour because I lost a title on a Europe tour. Exactly. So before we went to Europe, me and AJ did a promo or something. I beat him up or something. I got heat on him. And then they announced a title match for Manchester. And again, the same way that I found out that I'm winning the title the day of, I found out the day of that I'm going to be dropping the title to AJ. Basically, I get to TV and I see Michael Hayes, and he tells me, hey, go to Vince's office. AJ gets summoned to Vince's office. Before AJ gets there, me and Vince are shooting the about bodybuilding, what we normally do. Like, yeah, how do you diet? How do you stay on diet on tour? How do you work out on tour, etc.? I'm talking to him. AJ comes in, and actually, something funny happened that tour that I didn't even realize. I thought it was weird, but I didn't know why. Vince goes, hey, the marketing team somehow messed up because on the card, like the internal card, it was supposed to be a non-title match. I was going to get on the mic every show and say, you people don't deserve to have the Maharaja defend the title. Due to contractual obligations, I found a loophole. I will not be defending my title in England on all these live events. But for some reason, like on the advertisements that went out, non-title match, Jinder Mahal versus AJ Styles, which he was I guess Vince found out that day that was advertised like on all the marketing material. Anyway, he's talking about that. AJ comes in, he's like, okay, Jinder, you're dropping the title. You're now going to chase it. You got one more title match at Night of Champions. AJ, you and Brock at Survivor Series. Okay, thank you, boss. That was it. Thank you. Dropped the title that night, did the honors. It was great. I was a title champion I had the title for like 6 months or something like that. It's got to come to an end anyway. I wasn't sad about it. I was actually happy. And I did tell Vince, like, I'm going to become champion again. That was one of the things that I also changed. My relationship with Vince, I kind of figured him out. I found out that you got to just talk to him like a man, and you got to talk to him with confidence, and that's how he'll respect you. You can't go, yes, sir. Like, you cannot be intimidated by him. You just got to go up to him. You got to talk to him like a man. So that day I told him, I'm going to be champion again, and whatever, thank you. I dropped the title. AJ has a really, really good match with Brock. I loved it. I was there in Houston. I watched it. I believe they were doing like a camera shot of me, like reacting to the match. So I was watching it. It was an amazing match. It was way better of a match than me and Brock would have had, given the circumstances that we're both heels. They had an incredible match. The story of the size difference and everything. It was a fantastic match. Way better than anything I could have done. Fast forward a couple years, that's when it came out on Twitter. And you guys can fact check me on this. If you go back and look when I dropped that title, there was no mention Brock refused to work with Jinder. It came out years later. I think it was Dave Meltzer. He said it. Brock refused to work with Jinder. So, man, the thing with a lot of dirt sheets is, it's that writer's opinion on things. But they don't say, in my opinion. They just state it like it's a fact, and people run with it as a fact. And at that time, no, I didn't. Honestly, I swear on anything. Nobody told me Brock doesn't want to work you, etc. In fact, Brock shows me nothing but respect. Even to the very end of the time that I was in WWE, if Brock sees me in the locker room, he shows me the utmost respect. Always handshake, hug. And I don't see him treat that, like, I don't see him that way with everybody. I promise you guys. Like, me and Brock have a certain respect for each other. Obviously, I respect him, but to have him respect me back. What I think happened, and I agree with it, it wasn't like a refusal to work. It was like, hey, this will be a better match. Me and AJ, I'm a heel, he's a babyface, which I completely agree. It was the right call. It was a way better match. But somehow it got spun into Brock refused to work Jinder, which in my opinion is not the case. And again, you guys can fact check me on this. Go back and look at any wrestling news. If at that time when I dropped the title, somebody find me something at that time that came out, this is Brock refused to wrestle Jinder. It came out like years later. I remember like years later I read it, and then that's been the common commentary amongst the IWC. Brock refused to work Jinder. But I kind of wanted to spin it and be like, no, he refused to job to me because Jinder was going to go over.